Good morning, it's Uncle Lou here. Yeah, that's right, it's me, Uncle Lou, live for you on LouTube today. Thanks for watching, I really appreciate it. Also, and two, if you're watching it live right now, good morning. This is streamed every Tuesday and Thursday night at 10 p.m. We do a Dynasty mode on NCAA 2014 on the Xbox 360. All the rosters are updated through the 2017 season. And we're playing as the Georgia Bulldogs, so I have added for them a few of Georgia's 2018 recruits, Justin Fields, Zamir White, and a few others. But we are actually in year 2 now of this current dynasty. So Georgia's 2018 recruits are now sophomores. Justin Fields, Zamir White, and them are now sophomores. People who would have been seniors this coming year, 2018, are gone. You get the idea. Up tonight is Vanderbilt, and if we play a second game, it'll be against Florida. We're sitting at 5-2, 3-1, I think, in the SEC. So toted a couple of L's already. Might get some more. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give it just a minute or so to give people a chance to join, and then we'll fire the game up and we'll get started. So how's everybody doing in the comments section? Good morning. Melon Matt, Mark Dudley, Dogs Fan 1196, Gump, Wool, Tide Pods, Ryan Schrick, Uncle Flu is here, Master of Dreams, Ryan Stanfield, 5-star caller, Swaggy, good morning, sir. General Voltard is here, Mark Fox is here, Boont Gang is here, although he won't be here long. I'll make sure of that. Uncle Flu is here. I think I mentioned that. Sam Douglas. Vanderbilt. The guy that can't spell his team's name is here. We'll get started in just a second here. Lane Smith, good morning, sir. MSH84281, good morning. Yeah, we know you're a hurricane troll, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson. Badner Anglo Stalls, good morning. John Vaughters, good morning, sir. Yeah, Georgia's baseball team is on fire. Went from unranked to ranked, I think, 16th in the poll that just came out. But yeah, they've been looking really good this year. I was hesitant to get on board with that, just because they've been so bad in the last several seasons, and I've just seen this way too much, where a team starts off good early, Georgia basketball and baseball especially, and then just completely sucks when they get into conference play. But they've had several conference series now, and they still look good. So I'm starting to get a little bit excited about Georgia baseball this year. Talking Potato, I'm doing amazing. Thank you for asking. All right, let me grab something, and we'll get started here. Hold on. Yep. Good morning. Any Florida fans watching? He's a Florida man, Lou! Hey, good morning. Yeah. How's everyone doing? Pretty sure you're doing just fine. Yeah. Pretty sure you have to be. Have y'all seen Sons of Anarchy? Please tell me you've seen Sons of Anarchy. I've seen it. I've seen the entire series, but I started rewatching it. I don't know, about a week or so ago, I guess now. And it's been so long since I watched it that there's a lot of stuff in there I don't remember. So it's almost like watching it for the first time. But that's one of the best. That's one of the best series, ain't it? And if you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. You guys should really check it out. But that's one of the best series, ain't it? I think it is. Go Dogs #1. Good morning. I don't know what's going on with my knee. This happens from time. This isn't the first time this has happened. I've told this story several times, I think, but I had 2 knee surgeries within a year on my left knee. They tried to fix it one time, it didn't work. So about a year later, they did a second surgery where they just basically took my knee out and put a dead person's knee in. I know what you're thinking, but it's no big deal because I promise you that person didn't need that knee anymore, so it was all good there. But yeah, they did go ahead and put a dead person's knee in me. And it works okay most of the time. I mean, I can't run or jump or anything like that, but I'm able to get around okay. But I don't know, every once in a while when I wake up in the morning, it's just completely locked up, almost like a shoulder that's out of joint or something, and I can't straighten it out, and I can't put any weight on it. And that happened this morning when I got up. And sometimes when that happens, I'm able to like sit on a couch or a chair or something and like straighten, do like this real quick with my knee, and sometimes it'll pop back into place really quick most of the time. But there's been a couple of times where it just won't pop back in, and today was one of those times, and it still hasn't popped back in. So I've been hobbling around all day on crutches. I mean, I can walk without the crutches, but I look completely ridiculous. I have to like I have to walk basically with my left leg at a 90-degree angle where my knee is. So I don't know, maybe later I'll get up and show you what it looks like when I try to walk without the crutches. So I've been using the crutches most of the day. Let's see if we can keep our momentum going here too from last time. We if y'all were watching, what's today? Tuesday? So when did we do this last Thursday? If y'all were watching on Thursday, I forget who we played the first game, but we played Michigan the second game, and we whooped them pretty good. I think it was probably our biggest win of the year. I think we beat them 22-8. So let's see if we can keep that going against lowly Vanderbilt. Hopefully we can. Lord knows Vanderbilt, not necessarily a juggernaut, and we should be able to take care of business here against them, so we'll see. Uncle Lou's knee. Somebody probably will make that. Mark Fox says don't throw 4 interceptions. Ryan S. already put the over-under on number of interceptions tonight at 7. You know what, though? I'm going to take the under. And you know why? We talked a little bit about this on when we streamed this last Thursday night. But DeAndre Swift has moved up to number 2 in the Heisman race. So, I mean, obviously my primary objective is going to be to win the game. But I'm going to try to get DeAndre Swift as many yards and touchdowns as I can, which means we'll probably be running the ball a little bit more. So hopefully that means we cut down on some of these pointless interceptions, right? We're going to start off with a run here, see what we can do.
You leave your defensive backs, especially your corners, isolated one-on-one in coverage. And if they're smart, they'll try to take
nice first run, gets up the sideline, get off me. About a 20-yard run, maybe a little more. First run of the game, so that's a good sign. That's a good start there. Jeremy Pruitt is here. Well, good morning, Jeremy Pruitt. It sure is good to see you in the comment section, sir. About time you showed up. I know that was not me that shot up YouTube today.
From midfield, it's first down.
I guess somebody finally got tired of having their videos demonetized for no reason. They had enough.
Here's a run.
Couldn't get outside on that one. 1-yard gain. Mega 2016, I could not agree more with that last comment you made. Gus is great for Auburn, and I totally agree he should get a lifetime contract. This past time.
From the 49-yard line, it's second down.
Look at that. First pass intercepted.
The defense really cranked up the heat there. Give those guys all the credit for forcing a
I mean,
desperation pass.
I couldn't have thrown it any more right to that guy if I would have tried. Jesus. Yeah, this channel's monetized. This channel's been monetized for years.
1st and 10. Ball on the 35.
That's right, Coach Pruitt. You are the gypsy of the SEC, sir. I mean, it's just, it is what it is. Don't get mad about it. You can't stay nowhere more than a year or two, can you? Jeremy Pruitt wears his welcome out quick, don't he? I can't play on freshmen because then the idiots in the comment section don't shut up about it. I'd rather lose on All-American than win on freshman. I'd rather y'all make fun of me for losing on All-American than make fun of me because I won on freshman. Squid Tart, I'm not talking to you, man. You hounded me all weekend about that stupid video. I sent it to you, and you haven't done anything with it. I'm upset with you, buddy.
They'll bring him down at the 46-yard line.
That is money in the bank. Sometimes you just can't stop a good.
No, I don't hate Mark Richt. I just don't think he's an elite coach, and he had reached his ceiling at UGA. It was time to move on.
1st down.
Fumble, Dogs ball. Good guys got it. All right. I might not throw another pass the entire game.
That mistake will cost this offense possession of the ball.
And this young safety was
You're right about that, Slim Mosley. We need to recruit Uncle Lou off of that Road to Glory team. That would be the smartest possible thing we could do.
He can shake off that pick that he tossed last time out.
Anytime you give the ball away, it's a disappointment. So these guys want to show that they can hang on to it.
Shook off one tackle, gained a couple of yards.
Call it a gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 7.
Dan Mullen is a Pennsylvania man? I don't think so.
Ball on the 42.
First down, doggies.
And he carried that one for a few yards.
You know, when you have a guy that can grab 5 yards or so consistently, it sure takes some of the pressure off the passing game.
I haven't seen Uncle Lou's knee in the comment section, but I agree with you, though, that it's most likely coming.
He's going to try and scramble. Makes the catch and look out. He goes out of bounds at the 35-yard
The troll of trolls. Woo! That's a good one.
Which can be very disruptive.
Says he's a Georgia man.
Sometimes a quarterback will get happy feet when they see that coming. Not this guy. He's very composed and can deliver under a pass rush.
Dreamscape, good morning, sir. Thanks for watching. Seem like a smart individual.
from the 35-yard line. 1st down.
Macho Man, you're right about LSU's offense. Macho Man said LSU plays offense like my left knee.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's a Florida man, Lou! Oh, shoestring tackle, but we got the first down, though. I'll take it.
Right now they're firing on all cylinders.
Good morning, Georgia Conservative Show. Thanks for watching.
From the 25-yard line. It's first down.
Yeah, Ryan, I'm working on that that UT one. Will probably be out by the end of the week. Oh, Fromm. What in the hell kind of pass was that, buddy?
Very frustrated. You can tell by his body language. He did everything he needed to do to get open to be able to make a big play. The quarterback just didn't put the ball in the money.
That was my fault. The hole was there and I didn't hit it. Yeah, I watched some of the South Carolina spring game. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I watched most of the first half.
This is the 8th play of this drive.
Recently, Mr. Wilson, Carolina Jackpot called me an idiot, or like, he's made videos about me before. I like him, though. I mean, we actually get along. But did he make a new video that I haven't seen that I need to watch, or are you talking about an old one?
So it's 4th down, and the offense is still on the field.
Touchdown, Dogs. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Never made it as a wise man.
It was a well-drawn-up play for the wideout.
Yeah, they saw something upstairs. It led to a touchdown. You can thank the play calling there. Very impressive.
They rolled the dice and went for it on 4th, and I'm sure they're happy with the result.
Williams-Brice Stadium is a filthy place, Ryan. No doubt. No doubt. What am I doing? I'm just going to kick the extra point. I need to start paying attention here. I don't know. The Braves good. Weren't they 2-2? I don't know if they won or lost today. I think they were 2-2. And then whatever plus whatever they did today. I don't know. Tennessee hasn't had their spring game yet.
The Bulldogs rushing attack can be difficult to stop, and they get into the end zone for a touchdown. The Bulldogs have the lead, 7-0.
Katusa, good morning, sir. Thanks for watching.
As his kick team lined up, and he is set to kick this one off. Nice kick, plenty of distance.
Okay, Squid Tart, I'll give you a break.
Now let's see if they can do it again.
And just listen to this crowd, Brad. I mean, you can practically feel
Canelo backed out. Who was he supposed to fight? You talking about the boxer, Canelo? I forget who he was even supposed to fight. Bulldog 1, 2, 3, 4. Good morning. Thanks for watching, sir.
I look for the offense to come out with the same game plan as before. You don't make changes after one play.
Tackle that man. Gee, stand there and look at him.
At the 44-yard line. And a great pass play that time.
And here we see just how much this defense
Gator Zone, if you look in the comment section where you're typing, there'll be a $sign there. You click that $sign and it'll open up a window to donate. Somebody in the comment section help him out if he can't find it. Uncle Lou's daddy is in the comment section.
So after the big
Good evening,
play,
Dad.
we've got a first down.
There's Uncle Lou's knee.
They come out in a goal line set.
I knew it was just a matter of time before that one showed up.
Give to the tailback. Brought down around the 36-yard line. A tight, low-scoring game in that first 15 minutes. Let's see if things open up in the second quarter. 7-0, Georgia.
Uncle Lou's knee. Good morning. Bobby says you can win $55,000 if you bet on Tennessee winning the national championship. Well, it depends how much you bet. You can win more than that if you bet more than that.
They line up in the jumbo set.
All right, I'm starting to get a little irritated now. A lot of people are fixing to get put in timeout and had their mod privileges revoked.
From the 18-yard line.
Next time I look up at that screen and see something like that, it's going to be a lot of people that disappear from this comment section.
Screen pass. He's got his halfback. Nice play to set up 1st and goal.
Gain of 11 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
They go with the run, and he's tackled in the backfield for a loss.
No gain on the play. That brings up 2nd and goal.
Come on, defense. Let's at least hold them to a field goal here.
2nd down.
He dropped it. 3rd and goal.
He was looking for the tight end.
I think the secondary will be okay. I really like Dom Sanders. I know some people are down on him. I think it's gonna. I don't know if we're just gonna replace him in one season, but I think our young guys at DB are more talented. I think talent-wise, we have a better secondary than we've had in a long time. But some of those guys are young and untested, so we'll just have to wait and see. But I think the secondary will be okay.
That brings up 4th and goal.
Yeah, they kicked a field goal.
Kicks up, and the field goal is good.
And you got to think they're pretty happy with holding them to a field goal right there.
The kicker looks like he's ready to kick this one off. He's to the 20. At the 30.
Oh, nice return. Gator Zone, thank you, sir. And I'm putting you down now for the T-shirt giveaway. Okay. Gator Zoned. So you just got yourself 10 entries into the T-shirt giveaway, sir. And I do appreciate the $10 donation. Thank you, sir. If Georgia disbanded their football program, who would you be a fan of? And I have to pick one. I actually get asked this question pretty often, and it's always hard for me to answer. Now, I'm not sure how long you've been watching Uncle Lou, but I'm a huge SEC homer. So, yes, I hate Florida and South Carolina and Tennessee and all these teams, but like rivalry weekend, I always pull for the Gators over FSU. I pull for South Carolina over Clemson. I pulled for Kentucky over Louisville. I pulled for Alabama over Florida State week 1 last year. I'll be pulling for Auburn to beat Washington week 1 this year. I'll be pulling for LSU to beat Miami. I'm a huge SEC homer. So if Georgia went away or there was no Georgia football team, I'm sure I would be a fan of another SEC team. The closest one to me geographically, if you take Georgia away, is South Carolina. So maybe that's a possibility. Also, if you take the SEC thing away from it, Georgia Tech would then be the only other Power 5 football program in the state of Georgia. So maybe I would have wound up a Georgia Tech fan if there was no UGA. But that's always a hard question for me to answer. But I did the best I could for you, so I hope that was good enough.
Setting up play action. Gets it out quickly.
Nice spin move.
Down he goes. At about
I like
the
it.
35.
Eli wants to know how I think Trevor Lawrence will do in his first year at Clemson. If Trevor Lawrence plays, I think he'll be lights out and one of the best quarterbacks in college football. I haven't made any secret about it at all. I think Trevor Lawrence is absolutely the real deal at quarterback. We'll see what Dabo decides to do, if he wants to go with the experience in Kelly Bryant or if he wants to go with the obvious talent in Trevor Lawrence. But for my money, Trevor Lawrence is the best high school quarterback I've ever seen. I know that doesn't always translate to college success, but it would be a chance I would be willing to take if I was a college coach. I would take Trevor Lawrence in a heartbeat. I think you guys got a potential Heisman winner and a future top 5 NFL pick there. Ryan Reedley, thank you, sir. And I have you down here, 5 entries into the T-shirt giveaway, and thank you for the $5 donation, sir. I really appreciate it. And if there's anything Uncle Lou can do for you, sir, you be sure and let me know. First down, Dogs. Well, Uncle Flu says Trevor Lawrence is overrated. Well, it would be impossible for him to be underrated because he's the #1 ranked high school recruit in America for 2018. So the only choice is either he lives up to being the best high school recruit of 2018 or he's overrated, because underrated is not an option for him. He was the #1 prospect in America. There it is, #2 interception. God bless. Now nobody wants to tackle this. Oh, my God.
It looked like the pass was sailing out of reach, but he just climbed the ladder and made a spectacular interception.
More phone calls? That was irritating there. Why do I hate Confederates? What do you mean, like the Confederate Army? Why do I hate them? There it is, pick 6. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Doggies. Yes, sir. We can get turnovers too.
That was a great interception and an even better effort to bring the ball back for a touchdown.
If you mean like the real Confederates that like from the 1800s, I don't understand what you mean. Why do I hate Confederates? I don't really know what you're talking about when you say Confederates. I mean, there are no Confederates now. I mean, there's no such thing as the Confederacy now. Who keeps saying Bull Goats? Jay Hill, hit 'em up 23. Bull Goats. Must be an Alabama fan. That's usually the only people I ever hear call Georgia the Bull Goats. Yeah, Mark, I'm going to do that 24-hour stream. I still haven't worked out the detail. I mean, obviously, I've got to plan that out. I've got kids and a wife and all that kind of stuff, so I have to plan that out. I mean, I just came up with that idea. What was it, Thursday or whatever? It's going to take me a while to put something like that together, and honestly, it might have to wait till the summertime. Yeah, Ryan, I had some fun with that stat line over the weekend on Facebook and Twitter, reminding all my Florida fans Felipe Franks didn't do so hot in the spring game. I don't know. The Florida fans that I know, and I know a lot of them between Twitter and YouTube and Facebook, it seems to be split 3 ways. A third of the Gator fans tell me, nope, Franks is going to start. He's the guy. He's got the experience. Mullen's going to roll with him. A third of them say, no, it's going to be Trask. He's got a good arm, blah, blah, blah. It'll be him. Ryan Sanders, thank you, sir. And I got you down for 2 entries for the T-shirt, sir. Thank you. Rick Sanders, thank you. And then a third of them say just go with the freshman Emory Jones. So I don't know. It's going to be curious to see what happens. Now, that was just their first scrimmage after a week or two of practice. So we'll see. That's one of the, other than the Georgia spring game, I think the Florida spring game is probably the one I'm most interested in watching this year, just to see what the quarterback situation looks like down there for Dan Mullet.
Completes it, but he can't shake the defense.
Clemson spring game too will be interesting to watch for the same reason, to see who looks better. You know, Kelly Bryant. They got another guy too, Hunter Johnson, I think is his name, and of course Trevor Lawrence. So we'll see.
2nd down and 6. Ball on the 41-yard line.
I didn't see who it was that said that.
Caught out in the open.
Somebody said day games or night games. I think almost everyone would agree that the night games are better, especially in the South. I mean, especially if you're talking about games in September or early October. I mean, those noon games, it's 100 degrees outside. Gators owned. I got you. Thank you, sir. Give your top 5 SEC players. Non-Georgia. Love the channel. Can I get a follow on Twitter? Same name. Gators owned. Yeah, I'm going to pause the game. I'm going to go ahead and follow you on Twitter now because I will probably forget to do it later. So, yes, I'm following you now. As far as your question goes, my top 5 SEC players, I'm assuming you're talking about right now, right? Not all. Are you talking about right now or all time? I found an account called Gators Owned. Let's see. You have a Michael Jordan logo? Is this you? Is that you? Top 5 fave. Oh, all time, my lifetime. Herschel Walker is going to be number. Oh, you said non-Georgia. See how I just automatically went straight to Herschel Walker? Top 5 players in my lifetime. The SEC. Ooh, that's going to be a tough one, but I can do it. Let's see. Sit down, son. Man, this is harder than it sounds. Why'd you stop? Darren McFadden is one. He's probably the running back I most liked to watch play in the SEC that I can remember in my lifetime. Todd Gurley would be on that list too of running backs, but he's Georgia, so we'll leave him off. But Darren McFadden was a lot of fun to watch. He was with Arkansas. Who else? I like. This is tough for me, but I like Jadeveon Clowney until his last year at South Carolina. What he did was shameful. He basically just gave up and quit trying his last year at South Carolina to try to avoid injury. It was obvious to anybody that knows anything about football that he didn't want to be out there. I hate to see players take that attitude. Up until that point, though, he was really good. I'm trying to not pick. I'm trying to avoid some of the obvious ones. No, not Tim Tebow, and it's not because I don't think he was good. I think Tim Tebow is probably the second greatest. I think Tim Tebow is probably the second greatest college football player in the SEC of all time. But I wouldn't put him on my top 5 favorite SEC players list because to me, he just wasn't that exciting to watch. A lot of his runs, you know, were up the middle. He didn't have like Michael Vick type runs, you know, that were exciting to watch. So I wouldn't put him on my top 5 favorite list, even though I do think he's the second best SEC player of all time. Honey Badger was fun to watch for LSU, I thought. What was his name? Tyrann Mathieu or whatever his name was. He was fun to watch. I'm trying to think if Tennessee's had anybody that I really liked in my lifetime. And honestly, they haven't. I'm trying to go team by team and think of some players. Auburn. Bo Jackson. I would put Bo Jackson in there. He was exciting to watch.
He kicks it off, and he got all of that one.
Mark Ingram, no, I was never a fan of Mark Ingram or Derrick Henry. And not even really Emmitt Smith. Now, Emmitt Smith, without question, is one of the greatest NFL running backs of all time. I don't think Emmitt Smith is one of the greatest college running backs of all time or even one of the greatest SEC backs of all time. But without question, he's on that list for the NFL. Boy, this is a lot harder than I thought it would be. Man. I mean, I'm really thinking here. I'm trying to avoid naming obvious people like Peyton Manning, Cam Newton, you know, Danny Warfel, people like that. I'm trying to think of like some off the grid type people and some defensive people that I really liked watching instead of just naming all the obvious ones. Leonard Fournette, to me, never really lived up to the hype coming out of high school. So he wouldn't be on the list. Running backs that would be on the list would be Bo Jackson, Darren McFadden. That's probably it. Quarterbacks that would be on the list.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 36-yard line.
None from Alabama.
He's going to try and scramble.
I mean, Cam Newton was exciting to watch. I hate the guy, and I think he's as crooked as the day is long. The only thing crookeder than Cam Newton is Cam Newton's daddy, as far as I'm concerned. But he was exciting to watch. LSU, I like Tyrann Mathieu. You know who else I liked for LSU? Who was that punter LSU had that time? There would have to be an LSU fan in here to know what who I'm talking about, but that guy was fun to watch. Florida. I don't know. I mean, during the Spurrier years, every quarterback they had was throwing for 3,500 yards. Every receiver had 1,000 yards. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to single people out from that era, really, for Florida. Percy Harvin was fun to watch. Yep, that's one maybe to put on the list, right? Percy Harvin.
He has some room. The junior makes the catch. Caught enough for the 1st down. Brought down at about the 33-yard line.
Aaron Hernandez, no. Eli says, where do you think Sony and Nick will end up in the NFL? Give me some of each. I would draft Sony Michel ahead of Nick Chubb, and I was convinced that was what was gonna happen until the combine. But Nick Chubb really showed out at the NFL combine. It looked really, really good. I really think it's gonna come down to, it could be that there's a team that needs a bruising type running back and is willing to draft Chubb higher than Michel. Maybe there's a team that needs an all-around type of running back that maybe can do something for you in the return game too, and so maybe Sony Michel goes higher. It's hard to say. I was convinced Sony Michel was going to go higher, but the closer it gets to the draft, the more I'm hearing that maybe some teams are looking at Nick Chubb. So I really don't know right now. Eagle Gaming says, what do you think about the slides I sent you through email? You put a lot of work into those, sir. And take it from me, somebody who spends an awful lot of time working on college football related things and putting things together. And I mean, I do videos, so you're doing what you do, but I can appreciate the time that it must have took to do something like that. Dreamscape, thank you, sir. I appreciate that Dreamscape with the $5 donation, and I do have you down, sir. Writing you down now. So you got you 5 entries, sir, into the raffle for the T-shirt giveaway. So thank you, sir. And if there's anything Uncle Lou can do for you, make sure you let me know.
Looks like they're going to go for it on 4th down.
Trey Mason? No. Come on. Come on. Nick Marshall was better than Trey Mason, and Nick Marshall wasn't very good.
Quick strike, and he drops it.
It's always a gamble going for it with so many yards to come up with. But when you're behind, sometimes you have to take risks to get back into a ball game.
Gump Wool Tide Pod says Sony goes before Chubb in the draft. I would 100% take Sony ahead of Chubb. I agree with you. I think Sony's a 3-down back in the NFL who can play multiple positions on top of that. He can play running back, but he can play in the slot, and he can return kicks for you too. Chubb's not returning any kicks, and Chubb's not playing in the slot. Chubb is purely a running back, a damn good one, but he's purely a running back. And a lot of things in the NFL have to do with numbers. You only allow 53 players on your team. So an NFL team looks at somebody like Chubb and says, well, here's a guy we really can only use on running downs, 1st and 2nd down. Or you look at a guy like Sony Michel and you say, well, shoot, we can use this guy on multiple downs, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. We can play him in at least 2 different positions, and we can use him in the return game if we need to. Those things matter in the NFL when you only have 53 players that you can take to a game. I would take Sony ahead of Chubb, but like I said, it's going to depend on which team has a need at which point in the draft. It wouldn't surprise me no matter which one of them goes first. Of course, Saquon Barkley's going ahead of both of them. But that's neither here nor there for purposes of this conversation. Yeah, Baker Mayfield. I really hope Baker Mayfield gets drafted by Cleveland. That would no one is more deserving to spend the next 3 to 4 years of their life in Cleveland, Ohio, than Baker Mayfield. And I mean that 100%. Can't stand that dude. Yeah, Marcus Lattimore, to me, is one of the saddest stories of the last 15 or 20 years in SEC football. He had generational talent, Marcus Lattimore did. He was a legitimate once-in-a-lifetime type player. And what happened to him was just awful. And, I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming the Carolina coaches or anything like that. I don't know enough about what went on and all that kind of stuff to try to place blame. But it's just a sad situation. The talent that guy had was absolutely unbelievable.
Gains his way to the 43-yard line.
Carry on to the amount. It's getting close, too. Oh, it's over the amount now. Or almost. It probably is over the amount. So we'll do it on Thursday. We'll do it on Thursday. If you guys remember last time when I did the drawing, I wasn't planning on doing it the night that I did it, and I had to take like 20 minutes where I just sat here and wrote down all the names for the drawing. There's a much better and easier way to do it, but I have to do it ahead of time before I'm on camera and get all that set up. So we will do the drawing for the t-shirt on Thursday.